Hello everyone, welcome back to a new episode of Esoteric Ebb. It is the night before this video was going to go up and I can't sleep, so I was like, you know what, let's get a little bit of recording done. Not sure this will be a crazy long one, but I've said that before and they end up being long, so we will see. Hello. Oyagui, Kargameshian vendor, and it's a dexterity check. I don't have any things I can do for dex, but I can do that. I can do that. Let's behold. 10. A skilled merchant, businesswoman, halfling entrepreneur. Man, you could learn a shit ton from someone like her. Her goods are procured from all over the coast. Her goal, the journey itself, and of course, to herald the power of capital. She's damn good at it. Okay. Yeah, we got a big old capitalist here. Hello. I'm going to trifle. Oh my god, you have a lot of stuff, but I can probably buy it from you. Armet? Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Hello. Beneath the shadow of a gnarly statue sits a girl wrapped in colorful garments. Girl? No. This is a woman. She's wearing some sort of hat with an attached veil covering her face. On the ground around her, upon a fancy rug, you see an assortment of strange trinkets. Some of them have quite potent esoteric auras. I'm more concerned with this sick gargoyle. She tries to say something, but is clearly unable due to her heavy layers of insulation. Funny of you to ask. I'm actually voting for the... That's so funny. Funny of you to ask. I'm actually voting for the... She lifts up a small arm from underneath the layers, rippling the hat and mask from her face. I said, gods, it's so cold here. See how her skin has a faint blue hint. That, along with her small figure, makes it obvious to you. She is a halfling. Glance at the statue. You carry that thing around? Would that impress you? She taps the statue behind her with an evil grin. Introduce us formally. This here behind me is my guardian, Cruel Wing. Winged cruelty? Flying evil? Something like that. I call him Falur. Him? That's a statue, lady. Him? Oh, I meant to say him, but yeah. You'd think so. As for me, I am Oyugui, the traveling wind. Oyugui? She who brings that which tingles around the coast from band to band. Her voice carries in a wonderfully exotic tonal melody. Foreign music. Ugh. My services are available to you if you have the coin. I have coin. Wonderful to hear. Though I'm still getting used to this. What do you call it here? Crown? Yes? Give me your crown and you shall have great treasures. No dungeoneering required. She speaks strangely. Somewhat. It's like she knows the language perfectly, but the way she talks is off. Of course, she's under the effect of tongues. Goblin clears his throat and gives the halfling a bow. You're that Kargameshian vendor that came by the other day. Oh, I am popular then. She gives the goblin a glare. You're affiliated with this dragon I hear about? I feel like I need to give you like a kind of stilted way of speaking. I don't know. Yeah, everything work out with the application? It did. Send my regards to your queen. She's not a... Sure. Yeah, I'll do that. Gives you a nod and steps back. What do you say, warrior? Make my time worth it? Here in the cold? I'd like to browse your wares. So let's talk all to you first. Do you have a license to sell wares here? Yes, I got it approved this forenoon. Not the best bureaucracy I've encountered around the coast, but certainly not the slowest. Companion gives you a quick thumbs up as you glance at him. She's cool. If you can't handle the cold, you should not be in Ascani. She gives you a mocking laugh. I hail from the Sarki Elmutin, what you call the Windcrack Mountains. I've known cold. I'm birthed from it. But I'd say you were insane to not prefer the more temperate bands. Some parts of Reeds are positively acceptable all times of the year. Call me insane. I love the cold. This is wonderful. This is wonderful. This is me. I love the cold. Take a deep breath. Well, there's something nostalgic about it for me. But no, you're insane, she says and gives you a wide smirk. It's a powerful spell you're using to speak my language. It is, but don't worry, I'm not a great wizard. I am not Great Wizard. It is skin picture. Oh, right. What do you call it here? You have a specific term for it? Some words do not appear to translate properly. She taps her lips and looks at you. A kiss picture? No, thank you. Look embarrassed. She taps her lips and looks at you. A kiss picture? No, thank you. Look embarrassed. Is it like a mouth thing? Does it start with E? A kiss picture? No. She squints at you. Halfling is not sure if you just said something idiotic or if her translation failed. Hey, I got XP for it though. I paid a lot for it in Heishi. Fun fact, the inking was actually performed by a mummified frog woman. Wow. That sounds interesting. Sure does. Took 2 weeks before anything I ate didn't taste like corpse dust. But it was worth it. What do you know about the tea shop? She looks to her right. It is not in great condition. Okay, what about you, Snell? What do you think about the tea shop? Looks to his left. Yeah, it's fucked. She lets out a snorting laugh. I'm sorry. I do believe that was translated correctly through my magic, she explains and puts herself together. Anyway, I do not believe that was translated correctly. I do not know much as to why it became this way. I arrived in the afternoon on the day it happened, you see. You have proof of that? Yes. What kind of proof? She's clear. I already checked her. Good. I do not want to be implicated in some strange crime. Not after that time I was jailed in Joyful Frog's Leap. Consider statue, so that elemental can't cast fireball then? She makes a strange, playful oohing sound. No, warrior. He can do much harm, but no fire. I could probably take him. Nah. Good to know. Indeed. Have you heard anything about it? Just that it exploded, but people tend to not want to speak about it much from what I've noticed. Almost like it's none of their concern. Or all of their concern. So like back in your homeland? Her eyes look down. My home is not in great shape, I'm afraid. There is strong inequality among planes touched. Great warlords rage across the borders to fell Tyre. The gem princes hold monopolies at every port. The deep cities remain in a... She stops herself from ranting. Halfling holds deep, troublesome feelings about leaving her home behind in such a state. It's a wonderful place with wonderful folk, but I wish it would be more like this place sometimes. Ascan is full of conflict as well. It's the wild band, after all. True, but just like post-war Dimenor, as in Reeds, there's great order being established. One even trumping the esoteric forces at work around the coast. I hope it spreads further. That's all I wanted to ask. What are you voting in the election? I don't need to ask that because I don't need to heal, but I know I can come back to this character and ask that if I need to. Really like that helmet up there. Why was it hanging on your statue, friend? Oh, that's just a warning. Last adventurer who tried to steal from me left it behind. You can buy it if you want, if you dare. What do you call me, warrior? Is what you are, is it not? Might be bad translation. Do you prefer Dreamweaver or perhaps Holy Boy? I want to be a Holy Boy. That's a funny line. Dreamweaver sounds awesome. Well, it is very hard to say on my end, so I will stick with Warrior. Tell me about yourself. Oh, you want a deep dive? Real deep. Well, where to even begin? I've had many experiences in my travels. If it might lead you to purchase one of my items, then I will share. How difficult is it to turn a profit with a business like this? Surprisingly, not very. I purchase where goods are cheap and sell them in places where they are less so. It works surprisingly well, as soon as I figured out the cheat. Lean in and glare. Tell me more. Cheat? My little secret is... listening. Oh. I make sure to keep an ear out among travelers, merchants. Sailors especially. They talk a lot when they get drunk. I met an Ascani native once in a port in Vorgani. I think it was Liston. Over the course of an evening, I showed him 10 magic items and I priced each at an exorbitant level. Way more than I would ever dream of selling them for since I'd gotten them for very little. He reacted like I was insane to each of them, except for when I showed him a minor alchemy jug that could only produce cow's milk, and all of a sudden he thought it was a great deal. I've made a fortune in my last few trips to Norvik through a dozen of those jugs alone. Yeah, interesting. I priced each at an exorbitant level, way more than I could ever dream of selling them for us, and has gotten them for very little. He reacted that I was insane to each of them, except for when I showed him a minor alchemy jug. Yeah. So it put a bunch of crazy stuff that they're not interested in, but then make them feel like they've found an item that's a steal. Goblin can barely contain his laughter. I love that story. Come to Norvik often? Now last year, a few times. It's been a very profitable route for me. I will be going further soon since, well, I've yet to receive my circumnavigation blessing. Ooh, you have to circumnavigate the world. Interesting. Explain. Oh, you haven't heard of it? It's a blessing folk receive if they go around the coast. Some type of powerful spell or blessing left over from an earlier era. Doesn't really mean much, but people who do it are able to cast a cantrip that naturally and at will afterwards. She holds out her hand and creates a sparkling blue mist to appear above it. I already know prestidigitation, of course, so it's entirely for the fun of it, a personal achievement, if you will. Prestidigitation, a convenient but difficult to master transmutation cantrip, can do pretty much anything, from heating tea or cleaning clothes to creating minor sensory effects or temporary objects. It's extremely versatile, and a talented user is able to wield it into even greater forms of usefulness. So we'll see when I get around to it. But I've heard how difficult it can be to pass Yim these days, so I'll be looking forward to the challenge. Never even been to Western Divinitorum either. Exciting. How do you travel? By ship, almost exclusively. Sometimes I serve as a boat mage, joining vessels with much broader shipments than my little trinkets. But I've traveled a lot with unaligned sailors as well. It's usually a bit more fun that way, albeit more dangerous also. One time I joined a crew of mall pirates. I swear I was this close to being a dinner sacrifice to the now Feshni in charge. But when I used the powerful wind transmutation to save the ship from sinking in a rough storm, all of a sudden I was the guest of honor. Wouldn't do it again though. Demons make for the worst pirates. All chaos and no fun. What's your view on the Clanland's trouble? My view? She looks around her shoulder. Off the record? The Clansland's trouble. Never off the record. It's an extension of the law tool state, a goon of the city. Yeah, are you afraid of stating your opinions in the open? Off the record. In that case, I'm entirely sympathetic. Golden line. The Fordnip Commonwealth has been broken in half, thousands subjugated into a hostile foreign invading nation. My people fought for their independence for decades. What I see here is a repeat of Kargameshian history played out right now upon the Golden Line. We stand by our Ascani cousins. Interesting. So yeah, I don't know a ton about this, but the Clanland's trouble. Entirely sympathetic. The Fordnip Commonwealth has been broken in half. So basically they split it in half. Thousands subjugated into a hostile foreign invading nation. My people fought for their independence for decades. What I see here is a repeat of Kargameshian history. Okay, so it's kind of like North and South Korea getting split up, you know, from before when it was just Korea. But this is also like they were split up, but then this place is also just like they absorb them. So it would be more like if North and South Korea, you know, the U.S. had absorbed Korea and Russia had absorbed, or the U.S. had absorbed South Korea and Russia had absorbed North Korea. So it would be more like that. So not only did they split them apart, they actively absorbed each of them. I'm sure there's a example of this in other countries or across history at some point as well, where you split them up, but I wouldn't know enough about it right now, especially with my sleepy brain, to be like, yeah, that's the one. But I'm sure there's probably many. But are you worried about celestial influence? Why are you so invested? They're clearly not the same type of halfling as you. I too support Clanland independence. Our halfling neighbors must be helped. Yeah, I support Clanland independence. Our halfling neighbors must be helped. Good to hear, warrior. Good to hear. I'd like to browse your wares. Great. What can I interest you in? For example, she pulls out a yellowed scroll. This here is a scroll of comprehend languages. Handy if you need to decipher some ancient text or speak with a foreigner. That would be amazing. These are all extremely expensive though, and I spent all of my money. A dream patch. Want to buy that elven ointment? That's all for now. That's all for now. Thank you. Okay, so I can see what the items are by doing this. Elimian ointment. There's comprehend languages. Dream patch, which is just a band-aid. Bone dust. Ring of spent wishes. +2 charisma. An empty Afriti bottle. +1 intelligence, +1 wisdom, -1 constitution. Advantage against elementals. Interesting. And then this new quest that I got. That's an easy riddle. That's not what I need. Where was it? There was something added somewhere around here, and I feel like it was just like a person's figure. Was it this? No, that's Star Witness. And these are already completed. It's not these. Ah, this one. Which just looks like the Regent from Slay the Spire too. There's a geopolitical conflict going on in the Clanlands. The home of the Ascani native halflings has been cut in half by the so-called Golden Line. Celestials hold the west. Maybe you should find out more. We also support her kin in the Clanlands, as do many of Kargamitian descent. Yeah, so they basically got split apart between us and the Celestials. Interesting, interesting. Okay, well that was cool because we got to see that character and chat with them. Anything new that we can get out of Arn? Hey, it's you again. Buying something? Hear anything about any assassins on Tolstad? Shrugs. Nothing comes to mind. I mean, there's always a bunch of weirdos running around the city below, you know? What about Iron Masks? The kid stares at you. That's... yeah. I've heard that before. Tell me. It's like... only rumors, right? But there's this group of angry people in the city ranks. They wear iron masks, apparently, and they fight against corruption. You know, like dark vigilantes. What are they mad about? Taxes? No, it's more like anti-free strider stuff. Not anti-Asgalism. Chuckles. I don't think anybody thinks the dwarves are gonna actually win. Interesting. Sounds like a magazine story. Yeah, it's unreal. But like I said, probably just rumors. Interesting. Thanks for telling me. I intervened between Rollo and Medusa. Yeah, I heard. It's good. I was worried something bad would happen, but don't tell Rollo I told you to go there, okay? I don't think you did. No worries, I won't. No worries, I won't. Good. You did great. You truly completed this quest like a hero. Bye. Okay. Got a little bit of XP for that. I remember, did I not fail this? Or did I retry it after failing? Speaking to you. Okay, yeah. So we did do that. It's the one below that I need to do now. So, I think what I want to do at this point is go find out possibly more about what's going on with Viskin. Because I think I have the stats for it now. There's also this little friend who I could talk to. Wiggling his little clawed feet, the kobold follows your every move with cold, unflinching yellow eyes. Even the small blade can fell a giant. Watch out for this one. Master say you behave. I have some questions. Short question, go. You know who this is? When it snow? Kobold sneers. Goblin. Yeah, sure. Good enough. I'm Goblin. Can I borrow your crossbow? Even is kidding, not funny. Whatever reason, he must have been ordered not to hurt you. Don't push it. Kobold snorts. Go away. Let that slide. Take the crossbow. Try to convince. Kobold stares at you. Find a reasonable argument, probably with a lie. You baffled him with your madness. You're a fellow non-milk drinker. Do I have my thing on? I swapped that off. Or no, I did put it back on. I'm gonna try it. Shit. This is difficult. The kobold already hates your guts. Don't make it worse. Slaw, you must always hand your weapons to city officials when asked. If I hand it over, I'll tell Viskin you called him stupid. Master don't believe you. See a hint of fear. Go away. Great restraint, impressive. His reptilian expression reveals little, but his tone says, I'll kill you if I could. That was a failure. Better find some other way of getting the crossbow. I mean, I could charm you, but I don't wanna. Like, it seems pretty good, but 1 dex and 1 wisdom, like, it's not crazy or anything. That does remind me. I had some things in my notes to come back here for 18 constitution and check the pot. Get more wisdom and return to Viskin. Return to windmill with dex equipment. Get comprehend languages and return to study. Yeah, so I still need comprehend languages before I can do anything with the books over there. Okay. So I think I can max out my wisdom here. And we can really do some work. So we have that. I think I have another wisdom boosting thing somewhere, maybe. No, that's strength, intelligence. Oh no, yeah, the flower crown. So I can wear that. Put that over charisma. Because I do want an advantage in esoteric events if that comes up. Because, I mean, that could come up with you. Alright. Figure out what's weird about this guy. Let's do it. +8. So I could roll incredibly low and still be good. There we go. You stand there, mulling over all you know of this strange pale mortician when your attention is drawn to the air. The air around you. It's damp and dry. Cold. Piercing through your chainmail, leaving you with an uncomfortable feeling, a feeling that appears locked within this place, this tower. You close your eyes, focusing intently on that feeling all around you. It's not natural. It's very much esoteric. A negative energy flow permeates this place to its core. All of it focused around a single point. The pale man. By the gods, he's covered in negative energy. Even worse, it emanates from him. This is no human. What you're looking at here is but the thin disguise of a creature most foul, most powerful. No mere spellcaster, no mere arcanist, no mere wizard. Viskin is a lich. That makes sense. I was thinking vampire because you definitely look undead in some way. But that makes sense. And also the idea that you've been here for an incredibly long period of time. And you're clearly human, but don't look like you've aged. Abomination! What do I do with this information? You have a choice. Either try to deal with this directly, or contact relevant authorities. This needs to be reported to Coin Lord Darrow. He's the highest city official on Tolstad. Only he was available. Lich House Blues. You should investigate this further. But what if... Don't mean to interrupt you, cleric, but you've been standing here in silence for almost 5 minutes now. Was there anything else you wanted? Thank you, bye. Okay. We got some info on Viskin. So, Lich House Blues has been unlocked. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Find out what's going on in his Lich House. Dark Knight appears to have some connection to Viskin as well. Yeah, and you were clearly undead too, so clearly you're doing some necromancy. Your fate one day, trifle? I mean, I'm not really in the business of stealing like 2 coins off of a corpse. I'm gonna be quite frank. I don't really feel like I need that in my life. We need to change our things around. I have incredibly high wisdom right now, but Mousy! Mousy? Oh, no Mousy. Mousy gone. I wanted to talk to it. Just stop bothering the corpse. Okay. Inventory. Let's fix our stuff. Let's get our strength boost back on. And let's get our charisma key back on. Okay. And then yeah, when we came over here, this went to the door inside this tunnel, leading down into the city below. And this just leads to, yeah, here. But I want to get to like Pillar Crossing, I think. Central Tolstad. What is that? Tunnel to the river. Don't remember if there was actually anything down there or not. So let's just go in here for now. This is what I wanted, actually. Yes. Oh, hey, it's you! Yeah, he wants to kill me. Hello. Fuck off, human. Okay. That's the Sphinx. Okay, and then there was this. Interacting with you. Touch the wondrous pillar. Place your hand. The whisper gets louder. It says something to you. Something weird. Conversation? Guess you can try to join in. The goblet is impatient. I've mediated on it. Or meditated on it. Finish up. I don't have anything to boost my charisma, do I? Any further than it already is boosted. Yeah. Nothing really. So I could try to roll for it, but it's going to be a -2. Might still be better just to come back for this. I mean, I guess I could attempt it, and if I fail, it's like, whatever. Screw it. Let's just attempt it. If we fail, it's like, you know, I can use a drawer thing. Try talking. Hey, just a nat 20. Speak. Hello? Goblin perks up. Sorry. Pillar vibrates. Hello. The whisper lies inside of you, or something. It says he is here. Who is here? It says divinity. It says death. It says necrocrat. What? The voice ends. Is that referring to Viskin? Divinity, death, necrocrat. Necrocrat. Like an autocrat, but you're into necromancy. And also divinity. That's interesting. Your hand is repelled. Ouch. Weird. You understand plainly there's more to this pillar you need to investigate. In time, and further below. Okay. Yeah. Some interesting stuff going on here. Wow. Oh wow. There's quite a few places down here. Wow, okay. Can't they also get like ambushed down here, I think, as well? So we should probably be a wee bit careful. What is this one? Marginal Door says, Simi, son of Strokeback. Check who lives here. Simi. One of the Asgals. Nice guy. You knocked twice in a polite fashion. Wait. Patience is a virtue. Standing in the pillar crossing like this, just waiting. It's calming. I don't think they heard, cleric. Bang on the door. Within seconds, a slit in the door slides open. From within, you see the glance of a hairy face. Oh, you, yeah. No milk. Why not? Is that a, like, code word? Lean in and stare through the slit. Hear a grumble on the other side of the door. Huh? Oh, it's you. You remember me? I do. Glad that I didn't interfere at all. Oh, you weren't in the way for us, but I have to ask. And I need to ask you, Mr. Cityman. You friend or foe to the movement? Friend? Ah, good. As long as you're a friend, I suppose could answer some questions. I don't quite believe you. Sounds conflicted. You really an Asgal? Need to prove I'm an Asgal? Yes, you do. Got Snell with me. Prove you an Asgal. No sweat. Snell knows them. You sided with Modissa. Yep. Easy. I'm a real Asgal. A real dwarf. Take a deep breath. What are you? Scream sing the Asgalian folk song, We Own the Mines, in Dwarfish. O mina vane frange pressal, da hamor klinga iveg bal, vi som forlange I morka rest, ska nu pa jetam bli arad gest, viager gravorna viager stenen, vart sevet och blad bik denna skennen, fran tunlarnes djup till stadens port, Asgallens tid are common court. Great. Everyone in the pillar cross is now looking in your direction. They love you. Snell takes out his fingers from his ears. You done? Everyone heard your voice from the deepest corner of the city below. As your voice fades from the deepest echo of the earth, Alphonse mumbles out something from beyond the door. Please stop, Mr. Sitterman. You leave me now? Yes, please just stop. Closes the slit. Here's some yelling from beyond, then you hear a click in the door, and it is open. Time to make some friends. Okay then. Hell yeah, let's go! Asgall HQ! Hey! It's you! I helped. Unity of all folk. What is this? Crank? Copper press, the most important invention of the Arcane era. Yeah, so this is where they're being made, huh? What is this? Glorious and powerful symbol of a Vizcot champion. Ooh, I can't get to that. Not this way. Hello. So, I can re-behold you, it looks like. Garbage. Hello. Mr. Cityman. See a throng of dwarves shuffling around the inside the tiny apartment. Smell of confined sweat reminds you that summer you spent as a farmhand on the plantation. Good times. Welcome to the Asgallian Sanctuary on Tolstad, for short, Hast. Apartment full of nothing but dwarven willpower. What a wonderful sanctuary you've built here. It's central, and it's small. Draws in air through his teeth and looks around, but we use what we've got to full efficiency. For now, the question is, what can you do for the Asgallian Workers' Party? Do you have anything in particular? Dwarf sucks in a deep breath through his teeth, and he glances to his men before nodding slowly. Don't really need anything right now. What? No, despair? And nothing at all? 5 men out on Waterlane docks are preparing speeches and overseeing poster distribution, all in preparation for the Great March, day before Election Day. Looks like he's thinking of several other things he needs to be doing right now. No real need for a spell-slinging cleric here, I'm afraid. Fair enough. That is what it is. Elections are won through organization and press, not magic. Those days are long gone. You wish to help them, do not offer a cleric. Instead, offer assistance in their printing. Speak with Medissa. Whose apartment is this? Simi was kind enough to lend us the use of his home until the election. We thank you, Simi. Hear a voice in the back. No problem, Foreman. You know the tea shop that blew up? Tell me what you know. What I know? Know damn well how happy I am that none of my boys were inside at the time. Especially happy that none of the youths got hurt either. Spent a lot of time there from what I understand. Youths? Asgall Youth. It's the Youngling Corp. Mostly deal with teenagers and get them into the Asgall groove, as they say. He looks proud. Do you know the owners? The Birdman? Nah, never spoke with him. Something about him never struck quite right with me, and not because of the voice thing, just seems like he was happy about hosting the youth meeting and letting us have official drinking nights with local workers. He seemed to be an opportunist, if anything. Something about the way he acted. Not sure what. It's a gut feeling, you know? Man of intuition and little else. Where were you and your men on the day of the explosion? Busy, as always. I can't keep track of every lad in here, but me myself. I was in the palace at the time, applying for 5 or so PPGs alongside another foreman. Heard the boom, though, as I said he probably did right at noon. No one really seemed to care that much, even with a ball of smoke rising from Tolstad. I rushed over, of course. The fact that no one died was a miracle. And I'm not one to assign to divine intervention for nothing. What are your thoughts on the explosion? Free Striders. Sure, one of their ploys or plans or schemes that blew up in their faces. Maybe one of their hired hags or an elemental mercenary gone rogue. I just know it. They're involved in this and probably the owner of that drummer fellow as well. It's all about the tea shop for now. Good. What are you voting in the election? I don't need to ask. Want to know more about you, Alphonse? You do you? Where are you from, dwarf? A life story, eh? I was born in the Billing, city within the twin mountains of eastern Vizca. Used to be a foul place, cleaned up in later years. It's the only VK settlement that's connected with River Torna, so growing up I often spoke with Norvikian sailors. I was always fascinated by the world outside, especially since, as exiles, my people were in many ways viewed as outsiders among the underfolk. Not even be allowed to dig in your own mountains. What kind of life is that? What's this bomb inverse thing? My family. A distant cousin with the ruler of... I'm a distant cousin with the ruler of Vizca Reichtum. Something I'm not proud of. Name is just a name, but annoyingly it has helped me over the years. Wish to distance myself as much as possible for these days. How'd you end up becoming an Asgal? Chance, mostly. Emigrated with some family members, was still young in my eyes. Come to Norvik, suddenly being in your 30s meant that you were old. Liked it. Used my education as a bond inverse to join dwarf human activist groups around the city. Helping any way I could in various guilds. Sometimes as a laborer, sometimes as a consultant. That's how I got in contact with the Asgalus Party in its early days. I was not a founding member, but I was an assistant. Holding the title of third secretary of the Asgalus Party was my crowning achievement for a long time. Now, some 20 years later, I'm a foreman. It means I report directly to the party council while still keeping my boots on the ground. It's the way I like it. Think dwarves belong here on the surface? Incendiary question. Yeah, no, that it was quite rude of me. Dwarves belong where there's good, honest labor. As in my view, all along the coast as well as below it. There are dwarves building oppressive empires under several bands. There are dwarves who build ships and journey dangerously close to Jor's Point. Jor's Point, the legendary first gate. Based on archaeological evidence, the beast of Jor believed Jor to have first entered this realm at this location. The farthest point of Jor's Sea, right where all the bands collide. None who have tried sailing to this point have ever returned. Jor's Sea, a name for the Great Sea, which the bands surround. There are dwarves who live in settlements not unlike those of the Fortnip halflings. That's like you humans, just like any folk along the coast, we're as adaptable as they come. Pillar of Asgal belief is to not view people as cogs in a machine, but rather like slabs of sandstone, each shaped uniquely by lifetimes of toil. What do you think about humans? Like tall, skinny dwarves. Oh, down at yourself. He stares at you for a moment sternly before bursting into laughter. We're all different, Mr. Cityman. Trust me when I say that all creatures you meet around this strange coast of ours will always be more similar than we are different. Dwarf and human, man and woman, devil or angel. All bound by laws of nature, these rigid norms, and also, of course, a bunch of strange esoteric mechanisms. At a few words exchanged, you'll find us the same terrible flaws and wonderful minds. Agreed? So I like humans the same I like dwarves, don't you worry. Which party do you think will win the election? Party in Norvik. Nationalists are in the clear lead and will be until election day. Really? So you don't believe in an Asgal victory? Laughs. An Asgal victory we've already had, Mr. Cityman. Workers' Party will get upwards of a fifth of the popular vote, 20%. Yeah, I mean that's a huge increase, and it sounds like you basically cannibalized the agralists, the agricultural group. Free Striders a bit over 20, and the Nationalists about a quarter, maybe 30% if they're lucky. Current goal is to use these last few days to surpass the Free Striders to limit their oppression of the working class. Yeah. The Nationalists will win the majority this time. You don't beat the Free Striders, we can beat them together, my dwarven brother, for Asgal. And the next time I might win and rise to my position as God King. Yeah, for Asgal. Grabs you by the uniform and gives you a full body slam. You operate strictly along Asgalus party lines. Your body is shook from the force, but you can take it. Hell yeah, we're big Asgalists. For Asgal! Just doing a big chest bump. That's all I wanted to know. What if I'm here to shut down this entire operation? I don't think I am. Don't think I am. That's all for now. I'm not going to say that. Hello, Medusa. I can re-wisdom you. I'm just gonna roll it. 23, that's pretty damn good. Her brash, a girl on a mission, she's out to fight for the green. Her brash exterior is no fakery, it is her heart worn on her sleeves. Responsibility. That is the weight she feels weighing upon her shoulders. Modissa does not see herself, her ego, as having any greater meaning. Rather, that meaning has been transposed from others. Her mentor, her friends, but most importantly, her ideology. She does not believe in Asgalism, not truly, for she happens to be one of those people who does not see any rules upon the urban sprawl and cultural battlefields as worthy of respect. She does not believe anything can be pinned down into an ideology. That belief itself, that is her true ideology, even if she does not know it yet. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, cool. Yeah, the human woman frantically checks the pipes and rolling cogs on the thick copper press. Her focus is on the machine. Mr. Cleric, you keep popping up. How'd the delivery go? Fine enough. The delay was a pain in the ass. It was kind of worth it to see the look on those assholes' faces when you told them off. Rollo and his idiot friends keep interrupting at the worst possible opportunities. Maybe now they'll finally stop. But I'm busy here, very busy. Can you be quick? Whatever it is you're here for. Why do you have this quiet HWBT guy with you? He weirds me out. Look, I'm just an observer, a cleric handler, I guess. Let's out a short laugh. Okay, I get it. Cleric handler, that's good. Snell shrugs. What's this thing? When's the machine? Copper press, she answers without looking up. For the chant. Are you allowed to run a copper press in an apartment? You a friend or not? Getting a friend to ask about the legality of copper presses? She frowns. City has a bunch of inane and quite frankly oppressive laws about what constitutes a legal printing business. All of it's bullshit meant to keep people from printing stuff the city doesn't like. So you're saying the city should allow anything to be printed? The city wouldn't want that, would it? So it is illegal. All this bullshit meant to keep. The city wouldn't do that, would it? No, they super would. It is illegal, so you're saying the city should allow anything to be printed. So it is illegal then. Fuck off. Calling it illegal when those who decide the laws on print media are also affiliated with the biggest political party in the city. Things get morally dubious, but I can promise you we're on the right side of history here. I mean, I wasn't trying to... I didn't like any of the options there, because, like, yes, I agree with you. You should be free to publish what you want, especially if the city is trying to silence you. Like, I'm on your side here. You don't have to tell me fuck off. I mean, I know I chose the so it is illegal, but, like, I'm not... That wasn't a gotcha. That was just, like, you know... There's no sense of doubt in her voice. Cool thing you got here. Thanks. Her voice drips with cold disdain. Set this whole thing up yourself? Why? You don't think I could? She does not want you to undermine her. Girl is prideful. She'll bite if you nibble. Look at her. Look at the very, very heavy machine. Look at her. It's impressive, no matter who you are. You're awfully defensive, you know. It's impressive, no matter who you are. She clicks her tongue and glances at you. I'm the second forewoman among the young Asgals. Forewoman? No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. Let her talk. My mentor, she founded the Youth Asgals from scratch, so I've got a lot to live up to. It helped a bit before taking on the editing role, so I've run with the Youth Asgals since I was a kid. Didn't expect to take over all the Tolstad stuff. I'm happy to do it. I'll admit that I'm spread a bit thin, and honestly it's... She stops and clears her throat. Till the election, we're all giving it 200%. Now, do you have any other questions? So can I get back to work? Who writes all the articles? Got a circle, anonymous journalists, and no, I'm not giving you names. Why anonymous? I mean, I know why anonymous. Come on, please. No. Besides, but I do write a bit myself, mostly to fill out the pages. You're both editor and writer? That sounds fun. Sure. What do you write? Page ops, mostly. Page op. A focused newspaper column featuring the opinions of a writer on a topic of relevance to a targeted audience. Tell me more. She groans and taps the machine. I write about current events, guild conflicts, strikes, corrupt officials, illegal spellcasting by clerics. Her eyes land on you for a few seconds. Anything the other newspapers won't touch, basically. kind of writing are you inspired by? She laughs. Highly doubt you'd know any author I enjoy. Try me. She hits you with a grin. What have you unleashed? I enjoy Lady Same Coffrin. Her poem series should be mandatory reading for every young girl in Norvik, if it were up to me. Vital Aberg is my favorite modern Asgal author. It's fiction, but it's like so much more than that. I also love Vanessa D. Crawdad. She really has this, you know, ethereal nature to her. Don't you agree? The last one's fake. You made that last one up. She laughs. You got me. Just wanted to make sure you were awake. Any more? Oh, and politically I'm really into the early work of Helga Hemlin as well. Uh-oh. It's genuinely inspiring to read her collection of early texts, back when the Norvikian suffragette movement was just getting started. Did you know she went from a peasant widow into the headliner of the biggest ever city protest in, like, the span of 4 months? Uh-huh, cool anyway, don't mention mom. It's generally inspiring to read her collection of early texts back when the Norvikian... I'm trying to make sure I'm parsing this correctly so I don't say something stupid because I'm just misreading the text here or not properly parsing it. Back when the Norvikian suffragette movement was just getting started, did you know she went from a peasant widow into the headliner of the biggest ever city protest in like the span of 4 months? Cool. Anyway, don't mention mom. I'm missing the context of these two things. Read her collection back when the Norvikian suffragette movement was just getting started. You know, the headliner, the biggest ever city protest. Yeah, mom worked a lot back then. Let's just say it. She's probably the most... The girl stops talking and give you a confounded look. Is that what this is saying? Is that actually my mom? Like, legit? Because that's what I was kind of confused by. I thought I was making, like, some sort of, like, weird joke or, like, dismissing you or something, but... Is my mom actually... Is this why Constitution said, uh-oh? Girl stops talking, gives you a confounded look. I mean, she works a lot these days, too. Her eyes widen. Your mom is Helga Hemlin? Okay, so yeah. That's why I was confused and was trying to make sure I was parsing the text correctly, because I'm like, is that what it's going for? Because we haven't heard any, or like, we've heard some things, but we have not heard much about our character. Yeah, so what? Nuh-uh. Look around nervously. Let's look around nervously. What are you yelling about? Missa looks over to the dwarf. The cleric just claimed his mom is Helga Hemlin. You been suffragette? Yeah. The other dwarves start to mumble. Wait, you're not kidding, cleric? It's just my mom. Holy shit. Goblin turns away and mutters. That explains so much. That's crazy. Like, what the hells? Yeah, crazy. Anyway, I have some other questions. No, I've got some questions. I guess I can answer some questions. Okay, well, I barely know where to start. Like, how is she as a person? Is she working on anything new? What's with the Pro City foreword in her latest collection? How much does she actually believe in as Gallian analysis? What's she voting in the election? Companion appears equally invested in this conversation. What am I, a dispenser of answers to questions? That's your role. As a person, she complains a lot, mostly about me moving out. I remember something about her writing a novel. She doesn't talk about much about her work with me. There's books on Asgalian analysis in her library. I think she's voting for the party of Norvik. I remember something about her writing a novel. She doesn't talk much about her work with me. Oh, that's cool. I was hoping for another collection, I guess. She doesn't talk to me a lot at all. Oh, well, she must be busy. As a person, she complains a lot, mostly about me moving out. You live with your mom? Huh. It's not weird. Most people in Norvik live in multi-generational housing. Apartments are expensive. She's never home, so it's like I have the place to myself anyhow. So we still live with our mom. It's not weird. Most people in Norvik live in multi-generational housing. Maybe in the countryside. I always imagined that she was like this self-made woman that really cared about people, you know? Not sure that's too correct. Sure sounds like mom. You'll have to decide that yourself. Wait, can I meet her? I'd love to do an interview after the election, of course. I don't. Settled. Once this is all settled, I'll make sure to look her up with your recommendation. Now, about that other stuff. There's books on Asgalian analysis in her library. Really, that's so cool. I mean, it's pretty obvious she's into historical materialism if you just read between the lines of her latest columns in the Post. Historical materialism, a form of thought arguing that societies throughout time develop based on the way people produce and distribute goods, with these material conditions creating social classes with conflicting interests that drive historical change through inevitable struggles for powers and resources. I mean, that certainly makes sense. Yeah, people produce and distribute goods with these material conditions creating social classes because, yeah, the different social classes prioritize different things and basically decide, like, you know, what is a posh thing that you want. It's kind of like the thing with, I think it's lobsters. Like, lobster used to be like a peasant food, basically, because it was like, effectively a bug of the sea. Whereas now it's seen like lobster is an expensive thing. There were various other things like that as well, where something was seen as like a poor person's struggle food, but now might be like more popular. I think she's voting for the party of Norvik. What? Why, you must be mistaken. I saw her voting card the other day. It had the PON crossed in. No way. She's literally worked against the old guard of the Nationalists for her entire career, very publicly. Why would she? Guess mom's a bit of a fascist, who knows? She has a lot of friends in the current government. How do you think I landed a gig as a cleric? Guess mom's a bit of a fascist. Who knows? She has a lot of friends in the current government. How do you think I landed a gig as a cleric? Yeah, we have a little bit of a nepotism. That's shocking. Huh. Still not sure I believe you, even. I mean, you clearly have an idealized version of this person built up in your head just based off of what she's done, but that doesn't technically mean that her political leanings and stuff line up with you, or that she's even being legitimate in her writings. I mean, there's plenty of examples across time of someone just writing what they think people want to hear to make them popular, but then not actually believing that themselves. Okay, that's enough. What am I, a dispenser of answers to your questions? That's your role. Come on, just answer. It's usually your line. It's enough, no more answers. Fine. Well, now since you've entertained me, I guess I can answer some more questions if you have any. Yeah, I've got other things to ask. Is there anything I can do to be of assistance? She looks you up and down. You really want to help? If it's not too annoying, yeah. Okay then. I do have a quest for you if you're up for it. Stare at her and breathe loudly. Our character loves quest. Yes, give me the quest. Or a task, really, like a fetch quest. If it's got quest in the title, I'm up for it. Look, I've got a massive final printout before election day. It's going to be our best edition yet. I've already written an article that shows my vision for a radical and egalitarian revolution of Norvik. It'll be distributed all over the city, countryside included. But we're tight on ink. Must need a special type of ink to print with copper sheets. What type of printing ink do you need? Caldridge. It's produced in reeds and shipped around the coast. Usually get some off a vendor I know, but they're indisposed at the moment. Election stuff, you know. Why is she lying about this vendor? When I understand, the entire shipment of Quillwell cartridges is just stuck in the guild warehouse. Since they only need a single set of cartridges to finish off the election edition, could just walk in there and snatch it. I've even paid for it already. But the Ascani Reed's trade company controls it, and they will not let me inside. Not in 100 eras. I'll get it for you if I can. You want to help the cause, that's one way to do it. It actually allows us to reach the entire city on election day instead of just like 60% of it. I'll try getting access to the warehouse then. Good luck. It's down on Water Lane, right next to the Ascani Reed's trading company. Should be hard to miss. Anywhere else I can find this ink? Nope, just the special quill wells will do. Arcano machines like this are picky beasts. They drink what they drink. If you can get in, check the guild warehouse on Water Lane. Tell me about your relation with the tea shop. Love that place. Not because it was good, but lots of memories there. Did you spend a lot of time? Oh yeah, we held youth Asgol meetings there once a week. Really sad to see it gone. I don't know what kind of trouble he ended up in, but I never expected Mr. Drummer to get into explosive trouble. She's not hiding anything from you. But she might be avoiding something. Something about this trouble. Tell me about this non-explosive trouble Drummer got into. Point of contention. Rumors, really. I like rumors. Mr. Drummer might have had some type of deal with someone. He had people come and go at strange times, so we could only book the shop for meetings at specific times. Look, I didn't notice anything that weird. It was just the HWBT, she says and glances at your companion. Or the Free Striders? Maybe he had a deal or something. But that's rumors. Nothing else. Nothing else? Not really. He just served tea and made that clacking sound. Alphonse might know more. Dwarf glances over at you with a frown. Alright. What are you voting? I don't have to ask. I have some questions about you. You hear her let out a deep sigh along with the dwarven word, orca. It's just questions. Alright, get on with it. Why don't you name yourself in the paper? It's an illegal paper, cleric. Been there, done there, and so on. What? You know, it's... Stop talking. She looks at you for a second, then shrugs. What made you join the Asgol Youth? I'm so awkward. Lots of things. I read Asgol for one. Some great works of political literature. I also saw the socioeconomic imbalance in Norvikian society growing up and felt like I had to do something about it, you know? Oh, and I found a great mentor in Mirren. Mirren, a former leader and founder of the Asgol Youth, currently the only female foreman among the Norvik Asgol Council. Mirren. Yeah, she was the founder of the Youth Asgols. She taught me a ton. Heard about her? Real troublemaker. Trouble is just another word for change. But is that true? Mirren. Where are you from? Grew up in housing, like everyone else it seems. My parents fled Reeds before I was born. The so-called revolution was a hard time for them. She looks a bit sad and wanting to change the subject. What about you? The hills, then on North Wall. You're a farm boy? Guess I could see that, as long as you vote green. How'd you get this massive printer? Hand me down. She gives you a grin. Won't tell you more than that, copper. Alright, yeah, no more personal questions. Sure? She gives you a confounded, frankly disgusted look. Thanks? That's all for now, thank you. Bye. You hate me. I would love to get in there, but... Visual propaganda. Let's see if I can ask this thing of you. Mr. Cityman! The throng of dwarves. Yeah, good times. Apartment of nothing but dwarven... I've got questions. Questions can be answered. Said I could ask... You know the tea shop? That's all I need to know. Tell me more about you. No. So you didn't have anything else to say about, you know, all of that. That's all for now. I don't want to mention I'm here to shut down the entire organization. That would be a terrible idea. Gotta remember to use Bless more often for some of my checks and stuff. But we should probably end things off here because we have gone an hour. I said I probably wouldn't go too long, and here I am, going long. So, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for some more.